First at 6, a man has been arrested and charged in a fire that killed his wife and her 3 children. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Derek Francis.
And I'm Annie Satowski. That fire, you may remember, happened back in February. Our Julie Dunmeyer joins us live after hearing from the prosecutor. Julie?
Derek and Annie, Robert Scales charged in court today with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. That's punishable by up to 15 years in prison. And the judge today did say that those charges could be served consecutively if the judge at sentencing decides to do so.
Nothing that I ever could see coming.
Robert Scales seen here as a grieving father when he spoke to me in February.
The whole city know about it. I don't think there's not one person in Grand Rapids that hasn't heard about it.
A fire breaking out just after midnight February 5th, killing his wife Juanita and her 3 children while they slept inside. Scales told us he was not home at the time.
The matter before the court at this time is the people of the state of Michigan versus Robert Scales.
Thursday, Scales seen in a much different light, in custody, charged in connection with those deaths.
Obviously, there's been quite a lengthy investigation going on. We work with the Grand Rapids Police Department to put this case together.
Kent County Prosecutor Chris Becker authorizing charges of 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter for Scales' alleged gross negligence causing the fire.
I think the biggest thing I could probably talk about is that we did not charge a murder.
Becker says they can prove the negligence.
4 counts of manslaughter.
In court, the charges explained further, stating that Scales set a fire within close proximity to the family's Dawes Avenue home, did not monitor it, and did not have working smoke detectors.
I think that would be some of the questions out there, and we were fully aware of what the comments were that were made earlier in the relationship. We looked into everything, we looked into all the facts, and we could not prove a murder case in this instance.
Questions which arose after a personal protection order filed by Juanita and obtained by Fox 17 showed she feared Scales would harm her in a fire and had threatened her in front of the children. However, investigators say they cannot prove the fire was intentional. Scales' attorney, Anthony Green, agreeing with that on the issue of bond, saying Scales is not a flight risk and surrendered himself to the Kent County Jail Thursday morning.
He's not a danger to society, Your Honor. This is not a violent crime in the sense that it's not an intentional act that he's even charged with.
That PPO, as well as divorce paperwork, both filed by Juanita, were ultimately dismissed. As for Scales, he remains held on $50,000 bond unless he can come up with 10% of that, cash or surety. Live in GR, Julie Dunmeyer, Fox 17 News.
All right, Julie, thank you. A man has now been charged